Hello, Goddess, and welcome to this week's Thankful to Thrive Thursday. Oh my goodness, it feels so good to be getting back into the swing of things because I feel quite discombobulated not being in it. I don't know about you, but I'd love to hear how you've been holding out these past few months in this deeper dive, deeper self-reflecting that we've all been having to do. Having to really face these deepest parts of ourselves that we really wanted to not face. And that was what really came from Twin Flame Tuesday all of a sudden, was this whole presentation of paths before us. Are you going to go backwards or forwards? Is in so many ways what it is. And by that, it is, are you going to choose to step into this new version of yourself, or are you going to continue to hold yourself in the space of the old? Welcome for those who may be new to my channel. My name is Rochelle Richard, and here at Empowerment Experiences, we are healing twin flames all along this, which is each our own twin flame self-love empowerment journey. Because those aware that a twin flame journey is a self-love empowerment journey at its core are already so far ahead of the game, because you are on that path of liberating yourself from that twin flame trap of ego attachment, of longing, of lack, of self-sacrificing, of believing that you need something outside of yourself to complete you, to make you happy, to fulfill your dreams. I know what that's like too, Goddess. Do I still long for, experience those longing feelings for my counterpart? Of course I do. Yet these past few months, and I'm so grateful for this, they have been excruciating, they have been debilitating, they have been so filled with so much pain and suffering of having to confront aspects and versions of myself that I hadn't seen in a long time, patterns within me that take years to really reveal themselves within my closest relationships. And I'm sure you're finding the same, aren't you, dear Divine Feminine? You are finding the same. Where relationships in your life are really coming to light in the sense of you again needing to make this choice. Which path are you going to take? And so again, I am so thankful on this Thankful to Thrive Thursday that even in spite of all the heaviness, all the challenges, all the excruciating awareness that has had to come over these past many months, that I assure you, Goddess, it's all because it's helping for things to work out in your favor, in all of our favor. For the betterment, for the highest good of all, truly. And at the very foundation of that is each and every one of us going within ourselves and really doing that inner work to love ourselves. And that means to love all of ourselves. And that again then means to face the facets of ourselves that we really would have rather not. Because to truly love yourself, Goddess, is to love all of you. All of you. And with that, let's dive in to today's. And by the way, I just caught that 4:20 when I looked at my little timer. And we'll start off today's message with that. And 4:20, on the verge of discovering that deeper soul mission. And that's exactly it. That's definitely where these many months have been for me. Open your mind and soul. Use your desires as a guide for discovering your true purpose. Because, and I found this too, Goddess, we so often think we want something, But when you really get to the meat of it, you don't really want it. Things that you think you could settle with, these old versions of yourself, they're just suffocating for that true self. It snuffs out your light. 420 signifies the strength of your bond with whom you are connected. So those with whom you are truly connected and who are to continue this journey forward with you as other relationships are falling away, to create this space for expanding these genuine, authentic, connected relationships that you have. That which is taking up space unnecessarily is no longer needed, must be cleared away to create space for that which is coming in, that which needs to expand in its place. Okay? Transparency, humility, honesty, equality, support, help achieve and celebrate each other's successes. And this one's a doozy, I can tell you right now, just the very first line. Stay true to you in any relationship by being truly you. Maintain your own identity and independence. Wow. I know for me, dear sweet sister goddess, I definitely needed that. Again, these old versions of self are just coming up in waves. Be that in the form of people coming from your past, having similar experiences to those that you had so long ago, and you feel as though that you've almost literally stepped back in time, and you're like, wow, what's happened here? What have I done? And it's simply amplifying all the times in your life that you were willing to silence yourself to please someone else, to play a role rather than be your true self. And where we are is again about connecting with your truth. How can you choose the path before you that is truly most aligned with you if you are not clear on who you are? It's time to get beneath the layers of who you thought you were, of who you thought yourself to be. Have that compassion. Be very, very gentle. Because I assure you, Goddess, one of the greatest challenges with this self-discovery, this self-healing, all of this work is when you really, truly, again, have to face yourself. You have to face the choices you've made, the decisions you've made, and the actions that you have taken that have brought you into the certain circumstances and situations that develop in your life as a result of those choices. The ego, she's a conniving little bitch. She will tell you anything and everything that you need to hear in order to gaslight you and manipulate you into staying in the old. But then what happens when we discover that we've done this? We beat ourselves up. But that is the key, Goddess. That is that ego part of you that is working so hard to keep you in this old. And this is where we are, this 3D to 5D space. That which is the 3D is holding so tightly your old versions of self, your old stories, your old programs, your old beliefs, your traumas, your wounds. All these things are working so hard to hold so tightly, and that's why you feel like you're drowning. But you're not drowning, Goddess. I assure you that as you show yourself this compassion, that as you put your hand out and allow yourself to receive, recognize that this is an act of compassion in and of itself for yourself. Because I know my traumas. I know my inner child is all about going and hiding in a closet and shutting off from the world and saying nobody's there for me. So I'm just going to shut everybody out and do it myself, just like I always have been. And it's looking back and going, wow, that was my life. Yet there are people in my life now who are genuinely there for me. But this is that healing journey. If we're not willing to offer, give, and receive compassion to and from ourselves, then how can we then offer and receive, even more so, receive compassion from others? How can we truly, genuinely feel supported? Right? Boom, support right there. Help achieve and celebrate each other's successes if we're not allowing for that to take place. We have to allow for compassion to be given us. It's there. It's always there. But to feel it, you have to allow yourself to receive that feeling of it. You have to allow yourself to stay positive. You have to recognize that hold on, pain ends. Recognize that the pain does end, that whatever challenging or painful times you may be experiencing right now, it's temporary, Goddess. It's so temporary. And I know when it seems to go on for months that you feel like it's not temporary. But I promise you, you are a warrior. And this is all training. This is all truly preparing you for everything that you have asked for, because the version that you have been, these old limiting versions of yourself, making you to play small, making you to put everybody else's joy above your own, that's why you are not able to manifest the life that you want, is because you're not prioritizing your joy. That's this whole self-sacrificing bullshit. Imagine a world where everybody took that responsibility to do what they needed for themselves first, to fill their own cups first. And that those of us who are able to fill our cups so full that they then overflow into others, and those who are then not quite able to fill their cups that full, we then overflow into those and just, I got goosebumps. Ooh, goosebumps on my face and my chin, and ooh. I mean, imagine having that much responsibility for ourselves, that we really do show up all that we are, bringing all that we have to offer. And then we're not draining anybody else. We're not putting even ourselves out there, attempting to prove ourselves to others by self-sacrificing. That we recognize that healthy selfish is a necessity, or else in the end, the whole ship sinks. If the captain needs to take a nap because he's tired, does it mean that nobody else on the boat needs to take over driving the boat for a moment? Or the captain just needs to keep driving in spite of being tired and wreck the whole thing? No, we have to take that time. We have to allow others to be there for us. And I'm practicing this. Again, I have a lot of practice in that. Thus the compassion card. To have that compassion and recognize your, quote, weaknesses. The things that you're not practiced in. That's the only thing that implies that weakness, is that you've just not practiced it. Practice, just like when you're working muscles, it helps you to grow stronger in that. There's a whole lot of compassion and gentleness. There's a whole lot of delicacy, of a delicate energy for today's Thankful to Thrive Thursday. To really acknowledge for yourself how far you have come, that all of these months as you've been breaking down and breaking down and breaking through and then breaking down some more and breaking down some more and then breaking through a little bit more, that all of that is for you. It's for your growth. It's for you to release the aspects of yourself that do not serve you. They do not support you in any way, shape, or form anymore. They just bring you down. Especially the stories that you've made a mistake, that you're not doing things right, that you fucked up, that it's too late, that you'll never figure it out. All such stories, Goddess. That's the opposite of compassion. That's the opposite of gentleness. Learn to say to yourself, learn to practice saying to yourself, I'm doing the best I can. I'm learning in every moment, every step of the way. I am strong enough to rise to any occasion, to meet any challenge that comes my way. And I am always loved and always supported every step of the way. Wow, and that is why, boom, here we have that inspired action. Now here's what hit me is the ego instantly, right, goes to, oh, I got to get up and go do something, right? That's what the mind tends to go to when it comes to action. But what if right now, Goddess, the action you're being asked to take is to practice this compassion, is to be gentle with yourself, is to simply look at the thoughts. Because remember, 111 was here on Tuesday for Twin Flame Tuesday. Those thoughts, man. To be focusing on your thoughts. And the action perhaps is to not feed those thoughts anymore, to let them be, to let them just pass you by, to let them run their course. And then once it's past, you sit up tall, you take that deep breath, and you stand up, and you say, now I'm ready. But not before that. You honor yourself. You have compassion with yourself. You be understanding. You practice. That's the action you are being asked to take right now, Goddess, is to practice compassion, to practice gentleness, to practice being there for yourself in a positive way instead of being your own worst enemy. Because that is the magic of you. You are magic, Goddess. And all of these thoughts and beliefs that contradict that, all of these thoughts and beliefs that say that you're not good enough and you fucked up and he's never coming back and we'll never be together and I don't like this or I don't like that, or my saggy butt, my wrinkly skin, whatever it is, stop. Every single one of those statements and thoughts undermines and devalues and diminishes and blocks you more and more from your magic. In order to reveal your magic, you have to clear that which is blocking it. And guess what? You're the only one standing in your way. And I'm saying that from a place of firsthand knowing. Firsthand knowing, goddess. Oh, wow. Those just went going crazy. Well, boom. Your guidance is divinely guided. Period. When you feel like you don't have an answer, yet something just comes and it doesn't quite make sense, you're like, but I don't know. Stop. Just listen. If it says, take a break, go take a walk, go catch your breath, do that. Because right now, anxiety, tension, stress, everything is through the roof. And movement is the thing that clears that. So just say yes to those intuitive hits, those inspired thoughts of this action that you're being called, which again is going to feed this compassion, this hope, this gentleness within you. It's going to cultivate that so that you are alleviating your own suffering that you are creating for yourself. Who or what is triggering you? Wow. Right? Because you're creating it. Is it your twin flame? Is it these individuals or circumstances, right, that have come into your life to be amplified right now of, again, these paths that are before you? Are you going to go in the past, or are you going to go towards your future? And by that, obviously, we're always moving forward, but are you going to continue to live your past as your future? Or are you going to fully step out of that past, those old versions of yourself, and let go of that wounded feminine within you and the wounded masculine within you, and be stepping into your divinity, your magic? But you must be able to recognize the blocks and the things, the traumas, the wounds, the stories, the beliefs that are keeping you from experiencing this magic and this compassion and this gentleness. So get grounded. We had that on Tuesday as well. There's a lot of grounding that's being asked of you, because perhaps, and I am definitely one of those that will admit to not grounding myself enough through these past few months. But again, compassion, gentleness dictates that that's okay. I was doing the best I can. I forgive myself, right? Forgiveness is definitely a grounding practice, because it releases the things that are suffocating you, right? It releases the things that are blocking you from experiencing that connection with nature, that are allowing you to feel the magic of you and your experience. Beauty, devotion. Priestess, mystic, teacher, you must lead in your own life. You must be devoted to yourself and your own well-being, because there is no greater example than one of a leader who is living that. That is why, too, for me, I had to take that step back. It felt like everything was coming down on me. And now I'm back, feeling much better. Again, day by day, moment by moment. That's what we have, goddess. That's what we have. With that, dear sweet goddess, let us see what the divine masculine energies have for us. Because I know there are so many who have experienced again the return, the comeback, but then the lead, that you gotta reach a point, Goddess, where you say, I'm done. I'm no longer available to give you energy that I need for myself, that you just come and take a dose and then you run. That's what my counterpart thinks he can do. But you have to realize, dear Goddess, that there comes a point that perhaps the lesson in that is having that compassion with yourself to say, you've been there for him enough. Now it's time to be there for you. Cut him off. You are a drug. Just like he is your drug. Every time he comes and you get this fix and, you are listening to an addict. I am a former pimped out drug addicted prostitute here. So I know addiction. You have to break the addiction, Goddess. You have to break that ego cycle addiction to getting your fix of him. I know. And this is where very much that compassion comes in. I know, Goddess, I know you don't want to. I know that ego inside you says, but no, what if I let go and he never comes back? And oh my gosh. And that's attachment, love. That's attachment. That's not love. That's not connection. You have to release the attachment in order to really shed light and amplify the connection, the magic. So, wow, this card was sitting here face down. It was the very first card that had came out the deck. Letting go. And soon autumn is here. We're almost in that energy, as it's already August. It is that time of letting go of these ego attachments, Goddess. Releasing the label of twin flame, releasing all of it. And we dive into this in my 17-day self-love empowerment challenge for my twin flame goddesses rising. Yeah, it starts with my twin flame empowerment confirmation checklist. All of the stuff that I discovered when I got caught up in, because I was someone who didn't believe in twin flames. When I met mine, I did not. I thought it was just poppycock. And then I met mine and things started happening and I'm like, what is going on? Next thing you know, I'm in India and I'm like, wow, never in my life. What's going on? But all the crazy experiences, and then boom, universe is like, you needed to experience all this because you didn't believe, but now you're in this place where you're wanting answers, and guess what? Here it is. It's your twin flame. So yes, I have that confirmation checklist, but right after that, it's about detachment. It's about that true empowerment for you, Goddess, because you have to let go of him in order to truly grab on to you, because you lose yourself every time, don't you? Letting go. It is the time of letting go for both counterparts. And so that means, dear sweet Goddess, that in order to facilitate the letting go for your counterpart who keeps returning, getting his fix, you gotta cut him off. I am not that twin flame coach that's gonna say, hold on, don't give up hope. Don't let go. He'll come back. While you spend all of your time in lack and not having what you so desperately want. And all of that energy just creates this big, huge bubble of resistance, of pushing away what you want. So he'll never be able to come into that bubble. You have to let go. Both have to let go. Because a twin flame journey isn't about the romance. It's about the mission. And I know that I will be ruffling a few feathers in this realm, and they need to be ruffled. Because it is about reclaiming our power, not giving it away. And when you have a hold of something and it's dragging you along, what has power over you? Who has the power in that? Not you. You're just holding on. But when you recognize that you do have the power, that you don't have to hold on and be dragged through this. Oh my goodness, I just set this deck down. And look what the bottom card is. Power. Because you do have the power to let go. And to stop letting yourself be dragged through the suffering and the pain over and over and over again. Let go. Let go of all the things that are weighing you down. You don't have to keep holding on, Goddess. You don't have to keep holding on. You're supposed to let go. So the power is in letting go. That is what the Divine Masculine really wants us to know. The power is in letting go. And like I did grab for this first. I do love these. Power of surrender. Well, we already know letting go. Letting go. Wow, these all just flipped over. So sure. I have a feeling. Surrender frustration. Right now, again, frustration is definitely an antithesis to compassion. Surrender. Oh my goodness, surrender your ego. Remember that ego is the aspect of you that wants to hold on. The ego is the aspect of you that clings to attachments. The ego is the aspect of you that creates your suffering because of this. Comparisons with other people, comparing your journey with other people's twin flame journeys. Well, they're in union. I should be. No. Or when it comes to your twin flame mission, your business. Well, she's already at that point and I haven't even started. I don't care. Stop. Your journey looks nothing like anybody else's, just like you don't look like anybody else. You are uniquely you. And so you are here to express yourself. That's what this is about. It's reconnecting with that magic in you so you can express it. That's why you've come here. To share yourself with the world. Oh my goodness. Magic and miracles. Write this down, Goddess. Hit pause. Grab a pencil and paper. Jot this down. I know magic and miracles can happen and cause my life to change in a single moment. I know magic and miracles can happen and cause my life to change in a single moment. It's a beautiful affirmation, huh? So surrender to trust. Trust that journey. Trust that magic and miracles are waiting for you. But you've just got to get out of your own way. You have to, again, be cultivating this receiving through giving compassion to yourself, through being gentle with yourself, through saying yes to these intuitive hits of caring for yourself more, of nurturing your own well-being, of trusting that your power is in letting go. So, there we are. That is so much today. So much today. I love it. I love it. And with that, dear sweet goddess, I am super excited to announce that I now offer mini readings, I call them. They're emailed readings. We don't have to arrange a time to jump on a Zoom, things like that. We don't have to go through all that. I do still take a few Zoom calls each month. However, those are being integrated more into my newly launching Empowered with Rochelle group. So my emailed readings, my mini readings, there's 4 different ones that you can allow yourself to receive depending on where you are in your journey, from a blockage breakthrough all the way up to a 36 card yearly clearly, where it's your entire year, which these are great for your birthday or for, of course, the new year. I like doing them for my birthday, and I include, a whole how-to video on the best way to gain the most from your reading, the most from these messages, the most from your own inner intuition, right? Your own inner guidance. A whole how-to video on how I journal and how I empower myself with all sorts of wonderful clarity in my journey. So those you can claim now at my website, empowermentexperiences.com/ it is mini-readings, but just go to empowermentexperiences.com. That's my main links. Those are what I offer on that main page there. And super excited. I will drop that link as well down below in the description, the direct link to the mini readings page, as well as empowermentexperiences.com. And with that, dear sweet goddess, I am so grateful to be back, to be here sharing in this journey with you, to be ready and super stoked. Oh, hello, Cedarwood. Super stoked to be rising and thriving in my journey at this new level where I am stepping out into, and just as were you the same, right? Where you too are being asked to step into this true you. Remember, that's what this is about, goddess. It is about you coming home to you, you coming into union with your authentic self. The time is now. With that, dear sweet goddess, I remind you that the power, it is in your hands, because that power has always been inside you. Namaste.